Gary, I want to hear your thoughts on word of mouth. So, a lot of business owners in my industry rely on that solely to grow their company. And I'm actually a big believer in word of mouth. I think that it's really a standard where if you don't have good referrals or word of mouth in place, it's a reflection that your services that you provide are probably not very good quality. And so I think that it's a kind of a mandatory thing to have that referral system and word of mouth generation. But I don't know if it's enough to scale a company as quickly as some of us would like to, right? I think that there's a lot of inconsistency with it, and in order to scale, at times you need predictability and the option to turn kind of a faucet on and off, right? So my question to you: do you feel that word of mouth alone is reliable enough to grow and scale a company in this industry?
Yes. Like, obviously I'd prefer that person to spend, what they can afford on social media because I think, or Google, because I think it will search or social will help them grow. But, I'm not going to sit here and say you have to run marketing. There's too many people watching right now who've only built their business on word of mouth. Word of mouth is powerful. My big point about that is like, why wouldn't you want to double your business if you could afford it and it didn't create anything negative for you, like work-life balance? Like, why would, like, it's kind of like that Facebook movie, right? Like, what's better than a million, a billion kind of thing, like that whole thing. It's like, yes, you can build a $3 million a year landscaping business with just word of mouth because you have a big enough, wealthy enough area where you're the guy, you're the gal for the last decade. My question is, like, why wouldn't you want it to be 5.3 million because you were good at Facebook and Google?
Yeah, Gary, absolutely. I think the answer is something that you say often, and that is and, not or, which essentially means both. And I'm a believer that word of mouth is actually amplified by good marketing because the whole idea of marketing is to bring leads in the door. And if you can provide them a great quality service, they're going to turn into advocates for your business, produce referrals, and grant you more word of mouth. So it's a full circle ecosystem there. And appreciate you for saying that and being honest.
It goes back to one's ambition. Like, people are surprised when I'm in small settings where like there'll be like 10 of us and they're like, tell my friend that he needs to do, TikTok. And I'm like, like, well, he doesn't. I'm like, hey, friend, what would you like to happen in your life? Well, I want to triple my business. I'm like, now you have to do social. But if you didn't and you're happy, then, clap your hands.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. For me, one of my biggest problems is I want to be the best of the best in what I do. I want to be at the pinnacle, number one, the biggest authority. And my brain kind of defaults into thinking that everybody else wants that as well. Just because I'm wired that way doesn't mean others are.